Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. This evening, I will have a two-part video. One will be pertaining to children found in an apartment in Houston, abandoned. 3 children and 1 dead child were left abandoned in an apartment. And the children, 3 of them, had been living in an apartment for some time with a dead corpse that happened to be one of their siblings. Very disturbing news. And I'm bringing you an update pertaining to Brian Laundrie. There will be no funeral services for Mr. Laundrie. I will be bringing you a long list of information pertaining to the Laundrie family and said information coming out of Florida. So I thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks a lot. I'm going to go ahead and start my commentary pertaining to the case out of Houston. Hello, Norma. How you doing? Thank you all for joining me. ABC 13 is the source. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll wait for it to upload.
Again with that just horror.
It's buffering. Sorry about that. These articles don't like to play very well. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Jack. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. I'm trying to get it to play. It's
Flying story out of West Harris County, where deputies say a 9-year-old.
Oh, well. Oh, mercy. Sorry about that. It's buffering. These articles, these videos in the articles, they buffer a lot for some reason. Thank you. Hi, honey. How are you all? Thank you.
Boy had been dead inside an apartment for a year, and during that time 3 other kids were abandoned living there with those remains.
It is an incredibly sad story, so tragic. How does this happen? ABC 13's Bree Berry has been at that apartment complex talking with some neighbors and has some idea here why the kids were even living there.
Well, good morning to you. We just got an update from CPS moments ago who confirmed that they did have a history with this family, but no current investigation was going on. And I want to show you a tweet that was just shared less than an hour ago from Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, who said in that tweet that the mother and boyfriend were located, interviewed, and released. The boys are now with CPS. And as you said, Art, we did get a chance to speak with a neighbor who said that she had complained to the office several times about a terrible smell coming from her neighbor's unit. She said nothing was done about it. She was too afraid to go on camera, but she, like so many people, now wondering, how did this happen? The top floor apartment now quiet. Only a notice from CPS taped to the door. According to Harris County Sheriff's Office, a call came in Sunday from a 15-year-old boy. He says he and his brothers, just 10 and 7 years old, had been abandoned by their parents. Their 9-year-old brother's body was in the apartment with them. Deputies are now interviewing the mother and her boyfriend.
It appears the skeletal remains have been there for an extended period of time. So, just connecting all the dots at this point, it seems that they were in there while the body was deteriorating.
Samantha lives 2 floors below the unit where the boys were found with her own kids. She says she didn't even know children lived in the apartment.
I didn't even know someone even stayed there. I thought it was abandoned, just like it was just an empty apartment or whatever, until now we was like, oh, wow, people was living up there.
CPS is also investigating alongside law enforcement. The boys were taken to an area hospital to be treated. Christian Gomez has 3 boys of his own.
I'm so shocked, like what about the parents? What about all this? I'm out of words, I can't, I got kids, I don't know, it kind of hurts.
Leaving parents to wonder who would do this to these young boys.
I don't even have no words to say to them, that's just, I'm speechless.
Okay, that's sad information coming out of Houston. ABC 13 News. This is very horrific information coming out of Houston. I've got a lot to say about this before I go into the other story. I'd prefer to talk about this more than the other story out of Florida, because to me that situation in Florida it's a moot point with me. But I'm going to go ahead and read this set information. And naturally, this is a developing story because the parents are the mother and the boyfriend are assumingly being investigated. Why they were let go, that's a whole nother subject. A neighbor said she complained for months about a terrible smell coming from an apartment where a child was found dead in Southwest Harris County, but claims nothing was done. The woman spoke to ABC 13 the day after the gruesome discovery was made on Sunday afternoon. According to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, investigators responded to an apartment complex in the 3535 block of Greencrest near Addicts Clothing and West Park Tollway. The sheriff's office said they received a call from a 15-year-old claiming that his 9-year-old brother had been dead for a year in the apartment he shared with his siblings. The teenage boy also told 911 dispatchers that his parents had not lived in the apartment with him and his 2 living siblings, ages 10 and 7, for several months. When deputies arrived, they found skeletal remains consistent with what that teenage boy told dispatchers. The children showed signs of malnourishment and were taken to the hospital to be treated. During a news briefing Sunday afternoon, Gonzalez called the situation horrific after he saw how the children had been living. It appears the skeletal remains had been there for an extended period of time. Connecting all the dots, it seemed they were all in there while the body was deteriorating, Gonzalez said. The 9-year-old's remains were reportedly out in the apartment, not concealed. Oh, my goodness. I'm dead. Oh my God. Okay. A next-door neighbor who did not want to appear on camera said Monday that the smell coming from the apartment was so bad she would turn off her air conditioner so the smell wouldn't come in. She also claims that she complained to the front office several times about the odor. The woman moved into the complex City Park 11 at West Oaks Apartments about 18 months ago. She said the apartment where the 9-year-old's remains were found started to smell about 4 to 5 months after she moved into her unit. She also thought the apartment was abandoned. To ensure the safety of the children, the Department of Family and Protective Services is seeking emergency custody of the 3 boys. Child Protective Services does have history with the family, but there were no active CPS investigation at the time the children were discovered alone in their apartment, CPS said in a statement. Late Sunday night, the sheriff also said the mother of the children and her boyfriend had been found and were being interviewed by law enforcement. By Monday, 9:45 a.m., both the mother and her boyfriend had been released, Gonzalez said, adding that the investigation is ongoing and no charges have been filed. Okay. The sheriff said, Mr. Gonzalez, that there are no new developments this morning regarding the scene on Greencrest. Mother and her boyfriend were located, interviewed, and released. CPS is assisting with the children. Our investigation remains ongoing. No charges have been filed. This was at 10:45 a.m., October 25th, 2021. It is unclear if the children were enrolled in school while going through this. The 3 children are now in the county's custody, and it's a very nice apartment complex, decent looking. Neighbors said the apartment complex had been doing inspections the past month. On Sunday, ABC 13 was kicked off. On Sunday, ABC 13 was kicked off the property by management who wouldn't answer questions about the last time the apartment was inspected. This is by ABC 13. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera on because I don't like really having my camera on when I'm doing a lot of reading. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm pissed off right now because this right here is ridiculous. You got inspections. So that means you have an income guideline. So these are probably income guideline apartments. Okay? 9 times out of 10, they take Section 8. Okay? Yeah, we're going to keep it 100. So when the lady was complaining, why you didn't go over there to see what the hell was going on with the apartment? Miss Manager, assistant manager, whomever. That's first and foremost. CPS being involved in their business at some point. How long ago was it? Food, water, gas. What were the children eating? Using the bathroom? Was it running water? Lights on? Where have the parents been? How long have the parents been gone? The mother. Why did the sheriff let the mother and the boyfriend go? For what damn reason? You claim those your children, they belong to you. You gonna let her go? For what reason would you let her go? Okay. Thank you all. Thank you so much. This is heinous. This is heinous and this is ridiculous. Complaining about a smell, manager does nothing. Have inspections. So is that when you found the dead boy? Then he was laid out where everybody could see him. He wasn't even hidden. The little boy, the 9-year-old, was not in a tub plastic bag, nothing. He's been deteriorating a year, wide open in an apartment with 3 other children. And the neighbor's been complaining. Not gonna say why she would want to go on camera, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who these ghetto ass folks are. You have to worry about retaliation. I get that. But as we say, if you see something, say something. Thank you, ma'am, for saying something. You kept on, and now we know 3 babies are now in the state's custody. Thanks to you. Amen to you. Whoever you are, amen to you. You did the right thing. You did the noble thing. And that mammy needs her ass beat. You gonna leave your kids in a house and one been dead a whole year, left out like rotten meat. Let me guess, you get high, you and the boyfriend, y'all use drugs. Okay. Children were malnourished. That was said. Children were malnourished. I do not know the race of the people, but the girl that spoke, she's African American, who thought the apartment was abandoned. I do not know if that's the same one that complained or not. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. So you have to ask yourself, what's going on with the apartment management? Don't you all walk through the buildings? That one person couldn't be the only person that smelled a rotten body in the apartment building. 3 floors, 9 times out of 10, it's probably 4 apartments per floor. Come on with it, Queen. I'm gonna spend that knowledge to you. Probably 12 apartments per entry. She's not the only one that smelled the dead body. So you want me to believe ain't nobody went to the office and complained about smelling something? So what you want me to believe? They've been paying their rent on an apartment with a dead body in there and their 3 children that was malnourished. The mama been paying the rent and the light bill too. Because you know most places, when your lights are being cut off, they will notify the apartment complex or the landlord where you live to let them know, hey, Susie May ain't turned, it's not paid their light bill. The one that called is 15 years old. A 15-year-old starving with some babies. Thank you, baby. A 15-year-old starving with his younger siblings and watching one deteriorate for a whole year. This is neglect from the top to the bottom. DHS number 1. Yeah, we're going to call y'all out on this one. The mama, the apartment manager. Anybody walking by that apartment complex and smelling a rotten body? I will keep up with this story. I will keep up with this. And anybody out there that lives in this apartment complex or knows this lady, please contact the Queen. I want to talk to you. Because this is going to stop right here. And if I was to see that heifer right now on the street, I'd beat her raw. I'd beat her raw. This is a story coming out of Houston. Prayers for the 3 children, surviving children, who are now in the state's care. The oldest child, 15, called and said something, that they have been left alone in the apartment for a couple of months, and that their sibling, who was 9, had been lying there dead, wide open, for a whole year, deteriorating inside of an apartment. They're sitting there looking at a corpse, bones, and smelling. So you know you're going to have maggots. Come on with it, Queen. You're going to have maggots, insects. Failed ain't even a word for this, for these babies. And that apartment manager, you're going to throw the news people off the property. You ain't getting ready to have a job, Queen or King. And whoever own it, you a rap too. Hey. No more funds from the government and nowhere else. If it is government assisted, use a wrap, baby. And DHS, y'all gonna get some too. Because I want to know, why were you in their business? What was the allegation for you to have been dealing with this family? And why were you not currently investigating them? What happened? For you all to what? Shut the case, close the case. What happened? How long ago was it? Hell, does this woman have any more children? See, you got 1,000 questions you can ask with a story like this. Any more kids that she got? I want to know everything. Light with the lights on, water on, heat on. I want to know. Queen wants to know. Well, we know the whole neighborhood was smelling. That's the whole point of why. What was wrong with the apartment manager not going to check where the odor is coming from? You can go by a door and tell where the odor is coming from a door. Oh, it smells right here. Oh, the smell's coming from right here. You want me to believe there weren't no bugs coming out the door? Maggots? Above, under you? They're on the 3rd floor. So that means whoever's under them, or if it's a top floor apartment, let's say 3rd or 4th floor, the people beside you and under you should have had bugs. Should have had maggots coming through the drains and everything. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. We're going to pray for these children. The Lord knows if I could send $1 somewhere, I surely would. Now, another thing. The girl said she thought the apartment was abandoned. So you didn't hear no noise coming out of there? So what you want me to believe? These kids been quiet in an apartment? They weren't making no noise? They didn't go out here to beg for food? Not one time did the children go out to try to beg for food? You got to beg for food. You hungry. You need toilet paper, dishwasher liquid. What? Because see, I don't know what the heifer left behind for her kids. But I'll tell you what, that sheriff, Houston, I don't know what the hell y'all got going on out there in Houston. Y'all need to get it together. Because y'all stay on the damn news about them kids. They either dead, abandoned, or shot. So can't nobody talk about Chirac. Houston, you running neck to neck with Chicago right now. Yeah, I said that. You running neck to neck. This is sickening right here. All these people living around these children. And ain't nobody smelling the dead body in the apartment. A 9-year-old is dead and I for a year. Wide open, not hidden. Listen to me good. For those coming in, the body was not hidden. The babies are looking at their brother deteriorate. I'm speechless. I mean, I could spit fire right now. Next story is pertaining to Florida. This is a 2-part live. I will drop the link. You're welcome to hit the link. Be respectful to the hostess, the mods in the chat. Refrain from using profanity or being inebriated. I will drop the link once I give you the information pertaining to the Laundrie family. You're welcome to give your opinion. If you cannot give your opinion, I will gladly check out of here. Queen is not feeling the best this evening, so just pray for me right now because I got a lot on my mind right now. But always know that I cleans house and I cleans house well. Always know that about the Queen. ABC 7 is the source. After Brian Laundrie death, family says they will not hold funeral service. Brian Laundrie calls the death autopsy results inconclusive, family lawyer said. Brian Laundrie, who authorities had said could help fill in at least some of the blanks about what happened, what Gabby Petito's final days look like, has been confirmed dead. Laundrie's remains were found Wednesday, and the Florida Reserve authorities had been combing through for more than a month over the summer. The couple embarked on a cross-country road trip from which Laundrie returned to their Northport, Florida home alone on September 1st. Blah, blah, blah. You all already know that stuff. I'm not reading that. I'm not getting a recap, none of that. The remains pertaining to the autopsy have come back inconclusive, an attorney for the family said Sunday. Brian Laundrie's autopsy has not provided a manner or cause of death, and his remains are now being transferred to an anthropologist, attorney Stephen Bertolino told CNN. Bertolino said the family plans to cremate Laundrie's remains and will not have a funeral service. And as you know, it just recapping everything that happened from September 19th and back. As they said, with Laundrie now gone, many questions unanswered. Here's what experts say investigators could hone in on to help them answer what happened to Petito. Among the most important components in an investigation like this are the crime scene, said Paul Bailey, a retired lieutenant of the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office and president of the International Homicide Investigators Association. Teton County, Wyoming coroner Dr. Brent Blue said Petito died by manual strangulation, throttling, adding that her body had likely been in the wilderness for about 3 to 4 weeks before being found. Throttling means that someone was strangled by human force. There was no mechanical force involved, Blue told CNN. There could be clues as to what happened and who did it that investigators may be able to collect from a crime scene, Bailey said, including fingerprints, depending on the condition of the human remains. What's difficult in cases like this is that unlike killings committed by strangers of the victims, when the person of interest is someone the victim was involved with, finding their DNA on a victim's body is to be expected. You would expect DNA on either one of them from the other, Bailey said. But I mean, if there's DNA maybe where it shouldn't be, that could be a clue as to what may have occurred. So there are ways to absolutely at least get you to a point where you're like, okay, this definitely makes sense. This is a person who did this crime, he added. The type of crime also can help offer hints, said former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. Killings involving manual strangulation can often indicate an emotional element, Rahmani said. Investigators last week recovered personal items, including a backpack, notebook, along with Laundrie's remains. A source with knowledge of the investigation told CNN's Randy Kay the notebook is possibly salvageable, and experts say that could offer more insight. Those items will likely be taken to the FBI lab, where their experts will experts who really spend their careers doing things like drawing out paper evidence. So it's paper. Thank you. Paper. Let me say it again for those in the back. Experts who really spend their careers doing things like drawing out paper evidence, trying to recover the writing and the ink marks and potentially fingerprints on all sorts of other potentially relevant pieces of evidence from an article just like this. So I don't see where it says anything about it being a computer. If it is, it's not in here. Former FBI Deputy Director and CNN Senior Law Enforcement Analyst Andrew McCabe told CNN's Wolf Blitzer on Thursday. The notebook could potentially include information such as Laundrie's motives, his feelings about Petito, and other notes he made about events in Wyoming, McCabe added. Investigators also obtained a search warrant last month for an external hard drive they found in Petito's white van, the one the couple used during their trip, and in which Laundrie returned alone to their Northport home. Authorities have not shared details on what they found on the drive. So there is a drive, it says here. They obtained a search warrant last month for an external hard drive they found in Petito's white van. So that was left behind, and they're doing the research on that. Okay. Finding phones in a case like this could also offer an incredible amount of information. Bailey said, of course, close to the Laundrie family told CNN last month, Laundrie left home without his wallet, cell phone he had purchased earlier in September. Police do not have the phone he had with him during the couple's trip, nor do they have Petito's phone. CNN confirmed earlier in October. Let me say that again. Their original phones, FBI does not have. Just the phone Laundrie bought in September before he ventured into the wilderness. Finally, videos that authorities have collected of Laundrie and Petito could also put together pieces of the puzzle in the couple's journey and perhaps Laundrie's journey back to Florida. I don't think people realize the sheer volume of information that we now get on every case, Bailey said. Video phone records, if that vehicle had any information that can be gleaned from it with a GPS. Laundrie was charged with using a debit card and PIN for accounts that did not belong to him after Petito's death, according to an indictment. Authorities probably collected video from wherever that were used, video for wherever they may have appeared to stop for a period of time. I doubt he drove completely straight through, Bailey said, so there's a lot of additional work to be done that has been in progress, most likely. In a case like this, circumstances alone can also help paint a clear picture, Rahmani told the former prosecutor. It is very, very strong circumstantial case, he said. You have a history of violence between the two. You have all evidence that indicates Laundrie was the last person to see her alive, and the manner of death that manual strangulation that tends to be most often someone you know. In August, Utah authorities had an encounter with Laundrie and Petito, described them as engaged in some sort of altercation. The two were described as getting into a physical fight following an argument, but both reported they are in love and engaged to be married and desperately didn't wish to see anyone charged with a crime. One officer's report stated, police body camera footage showed Petito crying uncontrollably as she talked to the police. Just recapping what we already know. It says, we have someone who did not report his fiancée missing. Exactly. When he returned without her, we have someone that fled, Romani added. Exactly. Never reported Petito missing and stole her money. Came home pretending everything's fine, taking pictures, going to the park, riding bicycles with mommy, and off into the wilderness. That doesn't sound like somebody that's remorseful, grieving, whatever the hell you want to call it, grieving my tail. And why use that word? Grieving what exactly? You haven't done anything. So, Bertolino, you told on your dead client that he killed Gabby Petito. When you used the word he was grieving, he was upset when he left the house. And now you're mentioning that you all did talk about suicide and all that. Oh, yes. Let me get into all that good stuff. Here we go. And in an interview Thursday, Bertolino, the Laundrie family attorney, said Laundrie was grieving and appeared upset when he left his family's home in mid-September. Laundrie's parents knew their son was grieving. They knew that he was so upset. And, you know, they just couldn't control that he was leaving and he left, Bertolino told CNN affiliate. Grieving what? So you didn't ask him. Thank you all so much for the compliments. Thank you so much. You didn't ask your son what you were grieving about, what you're so upset about. So that means you knew he killed the girl. The same girl you had living in your house that you could not respond to her parents about. Now you're telling us, since you found your son dead out there in that damn swamp, now it's, oh, he was grieving. Well, we already knew you knew. You just told on yourself, Laundries. Your stupid lawyer just told on the parents and Brian Laundrie. Why would he be grieving Gabby Petito? We didn't even know who Gabby Petito was. We didn't even know her name. So why was he so upset that he ran off into the wilderness? So you knew he killed that girl. You didn't tell nobody. You didn't say nothing. Then you got to learn to say, oh, yeah, I think he was suicidal. Well, I feel homicidal right now, damn it. Y'all low down. Nothing good is coming to you, Laundries. Put that on paper. Now go dry that out. Nothing. Experts have questioned what the Laundrie family may know about what happened to Petito. Did they help him escape? Did they help destroy evidence? Palm Beach County, Florida State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg told CNN's Wolf Blitzer on Friday. What did they know exactly? Though with Laundrie deceased, it may be harder to find the answers that both investigators and the families were hoping for. There may still be a lot that could be done in the investigation into Petito's killing, Bailey said. He said this could remain an open case for some time if authorities are not able to confidently say they know who killed her. I mean, the closure is really, did he do it or did he not do it? That is going to be the overarching feeling based on my experience, he said. The investigators, he added, I guarantee that they feel a great need to provide the truth, whatever the truth is, to both sides of the family. That's really what we do as investigators, is find out all the facts and lay out the truth. ABC 7 is the source for this said information. So the findings pertaining to the autopsy of Brian Laundrie have come back inconclusive. And as this article states, they dated each other, they lived in a van, so naturally there's going to be cross-contamination with DNA. More information pertaining to the Laundries. Thank you all. Thank you, Pretty Brown. Thank you so much. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Independent is the source. A couple claims they saw missing YouTuber Gabby Petito's van near Jenny Lake in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. The couple said they saw the van on the 25th of August, narrowing the potential search area for investigators if they deemed the tip credible. The couple did not see Miss Petito or her fiance, Brian Laundrie. However, Miss Petito did tag numerous potential campsites on an app called The Dirt, which may provide insight into the general areas she planned to explore on her trip. Protesters gathered outside Mr. Laundrie's house on Thursday and planned to return on Friday, hoping to pressure him into cooperating with law enforcement. Miss Petito's family called on Mr. Laundrie's family to help them find their daughter. The Petitos asked the Laundries as parents, "How can you put us through this pain?" and begged them to at least tell them where Miss Petito was left or if they are even looking in the right area. Let me see. Is this an old article? Oh, this is September 18th. I'm sorry. I thought this was something new that they had put in here. Or maybe I thought they updated it. Well, maybe not. Sorry about that. They're running all the articles together, so I thought this was something new. It's not. Hold on. Let me see if this one's new. This is crazy. Okay, this is a newer article. Sorry about that. Forgive my manners. Thank you, Jennifer. Hello, darling. Thank you, AB. Thank you all. Mr. AB for sending over the my new friends. Some have unsubscribed. That's okay. Don't mind. Say what? Check her body. Oh, God. ABC3 is the source. The family of Brian Laundrie is trying to cut down on the crowds in front of their home. Authorities found the remains of Brian Laundrie in a reserve in Florida last week. Laundrie, 23, is the person of interest in the disappearance and death of his fiancée, 22-year-old Gabby Petito. Over the weekend, Chris Laundrie, Brian's father, put up no trespassing signs in their front yard. The Laundrie home in Northport has been a magnet for protesters for weeks. Media outlets have also crowded the area as authorities search for answers in her death. Okay, that was a short article. So this is just a little small picture. Whoops, sorry. They show everything on this thing. Wait a minute. If I can get the article back. He's in his yard hammering no trespassing signs. So what I have to ask myself is, why now is Mr. Laundrie putting out signs? He should have put them out the first time the first Busy Bee showed up. That's a sad commentary for this evening. 3 children found abandoned in an apartment in Houston, Texas, alongside a dead child. 4 children were left behind in an apartment. 3 alive, 1 deteriorating, a corpse. The children have been watching their brother dissolve for a whole year in Houston. The children are now in the state's custody. Neighbor said she complained about the odor. Nothing was done. The news was thrown off the property yesterday. Thank you, pretty. Atrocious behavior from the property manager. But like I said, the world knows now, so none of you are going to have a damn job. Whoever owns it, whoever the property manager is, it's a wrap. The mother and boyfriend were not charged. Why? I want to know. The state has been in her business before. Why were they not investigating what happened with the old case? What allegations were with the old case? $15 on down, baby. 15 is the one. The 15-year-old is the one that called. The children were malnourished. As I state, was there water on? Food? They couldn't have food because they said they were malnourished. So how long has it been since the mother left them there? Her and her boyfriend. Are they drug users? Was their power on? Probably not. Just had an inspection. So is that how the cat got out of the bag? So last year when you had an inspection, obviously the body wasn't dead then. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe the 15-year-old is mentally incapacitated. I cannot say. ABC3 is the source for this information about Mr. Laundrie hammering the signs into his yard. He wants to be left alone. He wants to grieve his child in private. Mr. Laundrie has told the public through his attorney, Mr. Bertolino, he just wants y'all to leave him alone. Mr. Laundrie wants you to leave him alone. He wants to grieve. And he is now putting up signs, or has put up signs, for you ought to stop trespassing on his property. I've already told y'all, just leave the man alone. Leave them folks alone. You're never going to get the answers that you want. Mr. Bertolino has already told you that Brian told his family and Mr. Bertolino he killed that girl. They're now admitting that he was grieving and upset when he left the house. The lawyer has also spoken about suicide. I just heard that earlier today in an interview. So what does that tell you? They knew he killed Gabby Petito. All of them knew. Now, will there be charges brought forth by the state of Wyoming? Any civil lawsuits by the parents, the Schmitz and Petitos? I do not know. That's sad information. I will drop the link and you're welcome to hit it if you'd like to give your opinion pertaining to these two storylines. Sick. Every day is something in America. People and these kids. You're not safe as an adult and you're not safe as a child. So long as you have a pulse, glutton, get some punishment. Sickening. Well, some of us attract demons. Oh, Jesus. And we revel in it when we shouldn't. Say what? I believe they knew. Yeah, they knew. The lawyer sounds bent as a 5 Bob note. What, Sniper Buzz? What are you saying? Everybody's just jacked up right now. Can't trust nobody. Can't be nice to people. You can't do nothing for people. People won't do right by you for nothing. And they're always the ones complaining. The ones that stir up the most trouble. Have you ever learned that about people? The one that cries the loudest is the one that keeps up the most damn drama. Sickening. Let me see if I can do this right. Hold on, y'all. W8WZ. Chewing gum, excuse me. My nerves is bad today. Thank y'all for joining me. Anytime, Pam, anytime. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. I saw that story about those kids and I had to get that information out there because this is sad. And like I said, I do not know the race of the children. I just know that the young lady who spoke about the apartment appearing to be abandoned was an African-American young lady. But that's another thing. You didn't hear no noise coming out the apartment. You thought the apartment was abandoned. So what were the children doing inside the apartment all this time since the mom and the boyfriend left them? This is crazy to me. Yeah, I'm sick of this. You gotta turn your mic on, Reese. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello.
I know. My voice is still messed up from the football game. I've been trying to get it together, but I had to call in just because, first of all, I just really want to say my piece about the Laundries. I've been thinking about this case for a long time. And just recently, I really tried to have some empathy for them. But the reason why I don't is because of the way they ignored that girl's parents, Gabby's parents. I told my kids, I said, There's no way if Brian would have ignored me and his parents that I will be calm. I would have went over there and raised that house up off the ground. Because if I knew my baby didn't come back and I see her van and I know he's back and y'all are ignoring me, we're going to have a problem. Stand your ground or not, I'm raising that house up off the platform because you're not going to ignore me about my baby and you have come back with her and you're not talking to me. So we would have had a problem. So that's the reason why I find it so hard to have empathy for them.
Well, but see, let me tell you something. God has a plan for everything. And somebody say it's the devil. It depends on your outlook. Because you know, a lot of times black folks will say that don't blame God. Why the devil ain't had nothing to do? The devil can have something to do, which is true, because this is the devil's work. So we'll say the devil's working here. You're getting back what you gave the Petitos and the Schmitz when you ignored them.
Yeah.
So your son is helping you out.
Yeah.
When he killed himself. Now you're grieving your son. And
why y'all want to all of a sudden leave your house to grieve? You should have left your house a long time ago. Then you wouldn't have to be worried about the folks in your yard and the press. Why you didn't leave a long time ago? Why you want to go now?
Slow down. Leave where we talking about?
They said the Laundries left their home and went somewhere else to grieve in private.
Well, how long they gonna be gone? Because they do pay bills there.
But I'm saying, what you need to leave for now? Why you didn't go?
Hey, I know somewhere you can go grieve. It's got a lot of land.
What's that? Metahaki? What's that?
Metahaki and the Park Reserve.
Right where they found your son's bones. You can go lay down and camp out there and roast s'mores and laugh and kiki and sing kumbaya. How about that?
You could pick a tree. You can knock yourself out there.
I'm so mad because I swear to you, I tried to have empathy. I went down to my pinky toe to see if I could find a little bit of empathy for them, but it kept taking me back to you had no right to ignore. He had no right to ignore. I don't care.
You're going to ignore because you know you stole that child's life.
That's what I'm saying. So therefore, I can't have empathy for that. I can't find it. I can't. No. Yeah. Same thing.
Because you're now sitting in the same place that the Petitos and the Schmitz are sitting. So
that's right. And I think somebody in the chat, as far as those children that you found, somebody in the chat said don't blame the kids of the children for their murdered siblings or the dead siblings. I wasn't blaming the 15-year-old. I was saying, my God,
what you're thinking about is his mindset at 15, how he could have sat that long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because 15-year-olds are very swift. By 15, you're very swift.
Right. And unless you, like you said, he's
mentally incapacitated.
Right. Or once you start starving, your brain is not functioning right.
It's just like right now, if you go without eating, your stomach will knot up and you're going to start getting lightheaded.
Yeah. Because I just can't understand how they sat in that place with a dead body for a whole year. And then, not school, what's the deal with school? They said they didn't know how people were paying rent, how they were still paying the rent, all these type of things.
Everything that comes with living. Y'all smell something. Other people had to smell the dead body. It's 1 year of a dead body. Come on now. And it wasn't closed up. The body was not put in a tub, plastic bag. It was laid out.
Right.
In the next room, they said they shared the rooms were adjoining. There was a room next to another room. So that means the dead baby was just laying in there.
Now, is the mother? Now, I heard you say they weren't being charged, so the mother's still alive.
They let them go. They investigating still.
Oh my God. See, and you know what? It's bad.
See, every state and city do things differently. Megan Boswell, they finally got tired of her line. They just threw her in jail, and then poof, the body of the baby popped up in the shed.
Right.
Understand? Now, this state, different. Summer Wells, different.
That's
why
crazy.
I don't know. Those counties are neighboring Sullivan County and down there in Hollyville.
Yeah, big baby Brittany doing that with what's her name? What was the little baby name? Brittany, the little baby they found in the suitcase on the side of the road, or remember her? Brittany case.
The girl.
The little baby girl. Yeah. You know, she should have been charged.
Hello, Miss Boomer.
Hello, how are you?
I just don't. Hi, Miss Boomer.
Y'all just pray for the queen. Queen's her heart and head is heavy tonight, but I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, I was really okay until I heard about those babies. I said, this is getting ridiculous. You know, these parents, I don't even understand. I
they ain't running nowhere. Only way they run is to the crack house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wherever the local crack dealer, that's where they're gonna be. Where you go look for them. Probably where they at now.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, and my heart hurts for these children. I saw this lady with her kids walking across the street the other day, and it was a horrible scene. And all I could do is say, oh my God, what are those children going through at home?
Well, what'd you see? You want to enlighten us?
Girl, I wish I could have took a picture because, you know, I was driving and I wish I could have.
Well,
she had on these, she was, I can't even describe her shape. She was about 5'2". She had on some tight leggings that was under her belly.
Okay.
They didn't match the top. The top was a half top.
Oh, she had a midriff shirt on.
They was dirty.
The midriff shirt was dirty?
Yeah. And the little girls that was walking behind her looked like she had shaved their hair. And their pants was just as tight with the shoulders slanted. You know how we do the cold shoulder shirts? Well, one of the girls, the little girl, probably 8, 9, she had one of them cold shoulder with her shoulder out, with her pants just as tight and her belly just as big. And they all had on slides.
I ain't never heard that before.
What?
Cold shoulder. Making up stuff.
No.
Cold shoulder that heifer did.
When you got her daughters looking like dirty prostitutes, and you could tell she shaved their hair. You know what I'm saying? Because they both of them hair was short. And I just I know no more than 6 and 8. And I was at the damn light turned green, okay? And I was still looking.
And the way you act, I'm surprised you ain't trying to hit the mama motor woman in your car.
Girl, I was so mad. I was so mad. And I told my daughters in the car, I said, my heart goes out for those babies because Lord only knows what type of living conditions they are in.
2 kids. It was 2 kids, right? 2
girls. About 6 and 8. Yeah. Dirty. You know what I mean? And
I bet you said to yourself, where they going? Out in public.
Yeah, they was going to the bus stop. But where y'all coming from? What your house look like?
Lord Jesus. What time of day was it?
It was about 2 after 2. After 2 o'clock.
Just got school. She's probably picking them up from school.
Oh, Jesus.
If they go to school.
Oh my God. But I'm just saying, you know.
They ain't had no mask on.
No mask.
Now, what state you told me you live in?
KC.
Okay.
KC.
So school's in session in KC.
Yeah.
Y'all wearing masks in school?
Yeah, matter of fact, they made my boy twin quarantine because he was exposed to COVID in the room. So he's been home for doing homeschool. Thank God he's a 4.0 student. Okay. But because his class, which don't make no sense to me, the boy in his class, or girl, they wouldn't say, exposed him. He had to come home and quarantine for 14 days. So health department been calling me, making sure, you know, I'm abiding by the rules and all this kind of jazz. But yeah, they're not playing.
So they're making the children wear a mask in your city?
Yes.
So when you saw the children, did they have masks on?
No.
Okay.
Hell, they better have clothes on. They look just like the mama.
They probably they're going to be using a little mask for a halter top. Stop, Quentin.
But it ain't funny because I'm telling you, all kind of stuff went through my head when I was looking at these baby girls walking behind this heifer. First of all, I don't like when women had their kids walking behind them. Y'all walking across the street. Baby, get these kids in front of you. Or, you know what I'm saying? Why you got these babies walking behind you? I can't stand it. It irks me. Irks me.
Because you're not in tune to your children when they're walking behind you.
You don't know what's going on. Like you said, if my crazy ass would have stepped up off the gas.
Oh, Lord, how much we be talking about you. Well, did you know she watched that Elevation Shenanigans? That lady hit that lady in KC. What? I be talking about you up here.
But I'm saying, you don't know what's going on behind you. These little girls looking like you selling them.
You don't care.
But she was looking real. Let me tell you, if I could have gotten my phone up quick enough, because I can't fool. I don't know how to fool with the phone that quick like these kids out here. They quick draw. They doing like the Wild Wild West. They pull that phone up real quick.
You better plow some old lady down trying to pull your telephone to take a picture. Golly. Oh,
no, on a serious tip, I'm sick of it. These kids, they talking about these kids coming up missing. The little girl in Australia, her mama talking about somebody snatched her out the tent. You're lying.
Treacherous, ain't it?
You lying. Look at you.
You know what? You know, to tell you something, and I'm gonna let Miss Broomer talk. This is the thing that kills me about just crime in general, especially when it comes to murder.
Mm-hmm.
You see people get arrested every day for murder, attempted murder, hiring a hitman, finding a buried body back in the lawn, the attic, and yet somebody will still plot the death of another human being. That's what amazes me. You see somebody going to jail. You see them arresting somebody, been looking for them, had an indictment for them, found them 5 years, 10 years, or just got information, evidence, bring them in, and yet you will still go out and plot the death of another human. Go out and take the life of another human unjustly. I don't understand why you must want to go lay down in the penitentiary or get the needle. Why?
Yep.
What is it?
And half of them ain't even on drugs, so that means you are mentally.
There's a lot of people that ain't on drugs to kill folks. Don't get it. Because I don't like you. I don't want you around. Miss Broomer, I got a 2-part video titled What You Think. Start with which one you want to go with, honey.
I'll start with the children. To tell you, I think there's a CPS issue across the United States. Maybe we need to take up what they do over in Asia or Japan or somebody, start flogging some of these daggone people, especially when you know what? Let me skip over to the laundries.
They gonna cut your hand off. You still they would cut your hand off.
Take one. Remember the guy that was across in Japan or something, ripped off or defaced a poster, and they flogged him. They beat him. You know what? When them laundries say they ain't know nothing, they should have flogged their behinds. And I bet you they sing. Flog the Summer Wells and all that. I bet you they'll sing. This country has turned into the epitome of hell. Everybody's like, oh, let's go to the free country. Okay, let me tell you about the free country. Okay, a squirrel.
Free ain't really free. Who said that? Shut up, Coy.
A squirrel has rights. You can't hit a squirrel. You get an infestation of a squirrel, you better put them in a cage and let them off in the wilderness somewhere. Okay, these are children, and they don't care. I mean, they'll say, "Oh, we're short staffed." Short staffed, my butt. If the state can't take care of your children, who can? You know what I mean? One thing about the trifling dressed children going across the street, at least the mother had them. I don't know where she was going with them. I don't know what she was doing, whether they was behind her, on the side of her, but she had them. Now, they might be more from where she came. I don't know. But it's so easy. It seems like to me it's so easy for these children to get killed. It's so easy. And then people would have protests and fly out balloons. Let's remember, and put little bears and stuff like that, memorials. And then still the next day, or even that evening, somebody else is getting killed. Nothing is happening. I just can't. I'm telling you, when you was talking about that, I hadn't heard about it. I was telling my husband, I was like, this ain't real. This can't be real.
You want me to tell you something really creepy? The other day when I was going live and I was reading something from the article, I got a touch of deja vu about the notebook. I dreamt it a while ago before Gabby Petito went missing. You hear me?
See?
You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Before she ever went missing, I had already dreamt about a notebook. So when I was reading it, I was trying my best not to show my emotions while I was reading.
Yeah.
But I was saying to myself, I've been here before. The whole scene, it's like I was standing there, had witnessed all of that. I dreamt that. Something about a notebook being found and all that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just didn't know. I thought it was just a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm stuck in between here. Do y'all believe that Brian's dead?
I mean,
do you? I mean, honestly, because
they say they got
dental records.
I don't think it's gonna be just no tooth. Because you
Yeah.
talk about a lot of mud and all that water. Come on now. They had to probably find the jaw with the teeth in the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So my son and I, since he's been home quarantined, we came
Maria,
up with
we see you in the chat, baby. Come
we came up with three. We came up with three scenarios.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you his first. So,
well, if he alive, okay, go and address her in the chat because she must want to be seen. Well, if he alive, where is he?
Oh, yeah, he's still alive. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's her opinion. I would like to know,
where is he? If he alive, where is he?
Yeah, I would like to know how many people believe he's still alive, because we came up with three scenarios that could have happened. My son's was like way outrageous and crazy. I'm gonna just tell you, long story short, he said he think Roberta killed him. He thinks Roberta killed.
Well, somebody already made a comment about that the other day.
I said, boy, why you say that? I said, I don't think she killed her son, but I think she had a lot to do with it.
Such as
what he did afterwards, after he killed Gabby. I said, I don't think that Roberta killed Gabby or had anything to do with that, but she had a lot to do with helping him afterwards. I said, so let's scratch that theory. So my other theory, I came up, I said, well, allegedly they were saying, they were mentioning mobsters and different things like that. I'm just
hypothetically, what you're saying, a mercy killing. I thought about that too.
Yeah, we're just saying, what if? We're just saying, what if Daddy? We're saying, what if, chat? Allegedly, you know how mobsters handle their own when they do stupid stuff within the family and stuff that they didn't have permission to do and stuff that would embarrass the family. How they handle their own. I watch The Sopranos, so I know how they do when they do their own.
No, she didn't say The Sopranos. You know, we're back in the book. Go back to John Gotti. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, so you remember
saving the wool while you digging up dead folks.
You remember when Tony off Christopher because Christopher got out of hand and was acting stupid. But anyway, I said, well, what if Daddy?
I like that show a lot.
I said, what if Daddy really meant, I wish I could have stopped him, but not stopped him walking out the door, but he wish he could have stopped him from killing Gabby. So now the only thing he can do is pop him in the head and throw him in the swamp. And that was the second crazy theory we came up with, okay? The third one makes a little bit more sense to me. This is the one I said, okay, could possibly have happened. Yes, the boy wanted to run. His intentions was to run. He got out there and possibly got bit by something, had a reaction, couldn't call for help, couldn't get help. Something happened. And
how you gonna get bit by something when you know what something is out there?
If you out there in the dark with snakes and all that stuff, he out there not in his right mind.
I'm gonna say it again. You know what's out there. Why would you go out there?
You right, but he wasn't in his right mind. We know that.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, not when he was out there. No, he was trying
to be in his right mind when he killed Gabby Petito.
No, he wasn't in his right mind then either.
Well, when was he in his right mind? Because when you stole the money, he was in your right mind.
No, he wasn't in his right mind, never. Okay, but it just got worse once he got back to Florida.
I think it's crazy though. If people get arrested for trying to kill themselves.
Yeah.
So your son just walked out the door talking about he getting ready to kill himself. You gonna say, okay, son, I'll see you on the other side. No,
right. That's what makes me think he popped him. I'm saying
that's all.
He done took him out first.
See, now you done put something in my head. I'm like, well, I guess we won't know unless we see the skull. I mean, unless we see something, but
Like what?
I don't know, because I don't know what was left of them.
That jaw. That's what was left of it.
Well, then you know what? The bad part.
The dental records.
And I'm not making light of it. The bad part about it is, let's say he shot him in the back of the head. There's no skull.
I cannot believe I'm having this conversation.
I can't either.
You saying he went out there and followed his child and shot his child to death?
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
I can't believe that.
I just brought up hypothetical what ifs. We like what ifs. We like what ifs. Come on now.
Apparently, we're hearing some crazy crap. I can't come to no conclusion with that.
Let me tell you what I heard today. They mistook Roberta for him. How?
That's when you got some. You know what?
Northport. Go back to preschool, kindergarten, and start from there.
I'd rather have Gomer.
Because I'm trying to figure out how you was watching him for him to get to the reserve in the first place. Once you realized the girl was missing.
See, some of these police.
So that means somebody had to give you information for you to watch it.
Exactly. But
right.
some of these police forces, they ain't used to nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd rather have Don Knotts and Gomer Pyle.
Maybe they were on a Dr. Phil show like Candace and Don.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that they just let go.
Well, Miss Angie said, "Don't trust Florida because of Casey Anthony."
And Trayvon Martin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then you see what happened after them.
All that Daniel Brown, them folks are trigger happy and goofy.
And I'm
they don't mind shooting you. They don't mind shooting you, and they don't mind letting a criminal off for shooting somebody.
And I just find it repulsive that they came back.
Kill other people.
Right. They came back in 24 hours with Brian's stuff, but we had to wait forever for Jelani. We had to wait forever.
Exactly. We don't even go there. Like I said,
I don't care what y'all got going on. What kind of special stuff y'all got going on when we can get his mess in 24 hours? So, and then, okay, I had a fourth theory. What if the FBI, what if the FBI saw all this madness and this craziness going on in these people's yards? They can't poop without somebody in the camera in their window. They can't go to Walmart. They can't do nothing. What if the FBI, because they're higher than the police and they are trained to do things. So what if they steered this in a way that we would have to get away from them? I say we, you know what I'm talking about. Because the lawyer kept implementing, he kept on saying, now y'all can get away from them. Now y'all can get out their yards. And now y'all can let them do this. He kept saying the word, get away from them. Now y'all can stop doing this and stop doing that. So he was focusing on the fact that, okay, now that we said he's dead, y'all can stop doing what y'all doing. The lawyer just kept saying it. And I kept zeroing in on him saying, now y'all can leave them alone. So what if this was something they did to get people away, so nobody else would get hurt?
But they haven't.
No, they haven't.
Because in the end, it's like the story itself. You have no control over an adult. Well,
it backfired. To me, if they did that, it backfired. Because now everybody, they wanted to have Brian's head.
Sweetheart, they planted evidence. I don't understand where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying planet. I did not say that.
I'm asking.
I am not saying planted. I said they have all kind of tactics to make people think otherwise, because that's what they're trying to do. Illusions. They can do that because they're in the business of keeping the people safe, supposedly. Okay, so how do you
figure out the FBI?
Yeah, the law. The law. We don't want nobody else hurt. We see this is getting out of control. This is really, really bad. We can have some more dead bodies on our, if this gets, even crazier. We need to figure out how to stop this. I mean, this goes all the way up to the White House. They got fixers. They got people to come into place and make things happen.
I'll play Olivia Pope.
Okay. You know what I mean? So and I'm sorry that I'm going off into the TV and I'm going off into theories.
I'll play Olivia.
I just don't get it. I mean, like I said, if I go out there and they think that I did something, I'm going to be in the in the police department for about 3 days.
Jennifer says she likes the brick, Miss Denise.
Huh?
She likes your brick wall.
Oh, thank you.
You see, they watch everything in the background.
Yes, and I'm currently creating a Sims house with brick wall in the back of the kitchen. So I'm building right now. So I'm using that brick background in my new house in my Sims game.
Use me.
This is the brick. This is my bedroom.
Anyone have any Grey Poupon paws?
Yeah. But I don't think. I think what we're going to just see is
Pam got a good
more.
I don't think the public don't ever leave them alone. Maybe not. It'll be a while, maybe. When they get tired. No. Look, when the cold front comes, that's when they'll get on.
Mm-hmm. Because,
first cold day down in Florida.
Yeah.
When they got to go put them some hush puppies on. And some socks.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just, Brian Laundrie, whatever happens.
Somebody says lock the parents up and keep them there and make them examples.
See, but this is what I'm saying. I don't understand. If it was me and I did something to my children or whatever, or to another human, or they thought I did, I'm in that police station for hours, days, maybe. Here, can we give you something to drink? Here, can you? Maybe, depends.
Right.
But I'm saying you're there. It'll be a while. They'll go out and investigate your house while you sitting there, half asleep or whatever. They'll go talk to your cousins. Oh, well, can you come down to the station so we can talk to you? And you still sitting in there.
Look, I got interrogated in an emergency room at a hospital when my cousins were gunned down in a vehicle because of their mother being involved in certain activities. We're in the hospital emergency room getting interrogated by the detectives.
But you know what?
They didn't let us leave. We was there for hours. And we still didn't know who was dead.
That's the way it should be, but it's not that way across the board. That's why you see these people walking the streets grinning, going out with other people now. Oh, now they have a girlfriend, and they walk in the streets where we'll be locked up.
I said somebody just said if Brian was black.
Yeah,
if Brian was black.
Oh, Brian was black. He wouldn't have to worry about getting eaten by alligators.
He wouldn't been in no damn alligators. No way. Black folks won't do that.
He done been at the juke joint talking about somewhere. I played a ship
or something like that.
Be somewhere, and the cops will come right to us.
He done been
walking around, or just walking around like he ain't done nothing. Whatsoever. Sorry.
Are you Brian Laundrie now?
What
you look like? Come on.
Now, Pookie, you Brian. Shut up.
Right. Shut up, boy. Don't make him come over here. I got warrants, boy. You better get up and go talk to them.
I don't know. I don't know. For like you said, it's Domestic Violence Month, and it's almost over. And
hey, Rags, thank you all. Thank you all for the compliments. Thank you. Yes, new, honey, new.
Right.
I got more of my sleeve, honey. Queen was treating herself today, honey. Yes.
She got that new boo. She got that new boo in New York.
Look, Queen is she solo. I came by myself. I'm gonna leave by myself. So
right.
I'm doing me, honey.
Okay.
Like I said, yes.
Yeah.
I can't preach about something that don't be about what I preach.
So, right. That's true.
Amen.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep, that's right. Hey, look, 44 be 45 in December, and I'm still alive, and I done had so many things that didn't happen that I can say that I'm still here.
Yeah,
it's me.
I want you all to play this song for everybody in the chats that's going through something or you've been through something and you want to pass it on to the next friend or co-worker, family, I want you to go into the YouTube queue and pull up Sir Charles Jones and pull up Trials and Tribulations. If I could play that song right now without getting flagged for copyright claims, I play it because I am in love with that song. He puts it down, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
Trials and Tribulations by Sir Charles Jones. Please pull that song up and play it every time you get up. Play it. You go to bed, play it. You feeling bad, play it. You feel good, play it. Play it.
I go back to when Miss Monique, her first, she said her stand-up, she said, I could have been your cellmate. I could have been your cellmate.
Yeah, that's what he says in the song. He said, I could have been robbing or killing. Lord have mercy. Every time I hear the words, I just want to cry. I'm telling you, it's a deep song. He talks about, yes, being used. People only using you for what they can get from you. Yes, it's a deep song.
That's right. And
sometimes you gotta hear a little something to put you in your place.
You do. And like, go through a little something.
A tap on your shoulder.
And go through something.
That's it.
And go through something.
But like you said, but I made it. I woke up.
Yes.
I woke up.
I said it every day I wake up.
He said it. He said I made it.
Because God brought me 57 in December.
Amen.
Look, because they tried to stop me.
They can't.
But they
tried to stop me.
Yes. Kind of like when they hung him high. Shut up, Queen. And somebody got mad when they rolled away the stone. Shut up, Queen. And he wasn't in the tomb. Shut up, Queen.
She wasn't on the streets. She wasn't in jail. She didn't get beat up.
That's how I feel right about now. When the stone got rolled away, he was not in there.
She got all.
He got on up.
All. Yep. She's got all her scruples. She's in her right mind.
As they say in church, the victory has already been won. Come on.
Yep. Okay. Look, the chat probably said, we ain't in church, but yes, we are.
The victory has already been won. I done told Satan that tonight. I ain't worried about you. Because what I told somebody recently, Queen didn't send for you. So you don't need to bring me no problems. Because I didn't send for you.
Sound like what I said over the weekend. Some little things went on over here by my home place. And my kids said, what if she say something? Look, my kids said, what if she say something to your mama? I said, she better not, because she don't want what's coming out of here, because she better not come for me, because I'm too old for that. Don't say nothing.
You know what?
To me.
This is what I say. Then I'm gonna line them all up.
Thank you, Lisa. Say what, Denise?
Line them all up and tase them. One by one.
Well, I wish I had a taser right now, because that's somebody I'd love to zap right now. Yeah. I told that person that today, and I had to check myself because I'm thinking about what I talk about on my channel. And I told myself, and I told this person, I said, what I'm saying to you is undignified, and I shouldn't even have to say what I'm saying to you, but it's where I want to just reach out. You understand? So I'm good. I'm looking at the time clock at the clock, and I'm looking, and the time clock is telling me it's clearinghouse hour. Because as more time goes by, they have revealed themselves. That thought is not, and that's Gucci.
Yeah. It's a different season for me. I didn't told everybody it's a different season for me. I don't know what season you in, but I think I created my own season.
I know I'm in a new one, honey. Guess what? Oh, yeah, especially after what I'm experiencing right now and seeing. Nobody need not come talk, call, don't mess, don't do nothing. I don't want to be bothered.
Don't invade my personal space.
I don't want to be bothered.
Yep. So when you
I'm no longer listening to nothing after I shut this live down. I'm going to do a little something, shower a little something. I might have a little drink, a little something, and I'm going to stretch out in that queen size and give thanks.
Right.
Because I'm alive. Because I think about that girl.
Yeah.
I think about Gabby Petito.
Yeah.
Every time they say that he choked
but she didn't make it.
No, she didn't. She didn't. And, oh, Lord, I know she passed out before she died. I know she did. Because I know, I told you, I know you passed out before you died. Because I did it. And he was too scared to keep on choking me. So that boy kept on choking Gabby after she passed out, because she would have woke up.
Well, Lisa, that's why you pray about it. And whatever you can't handle, you give it to the Lord. Give it to the Lord, and
Yep.
and let Him turn it over. Because that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna give it to Him, because it's nothing else I can do with it.
Yeah, because we all been in
Look,
situations.
I'm gonna give it. Look, I'm gonna give it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all been in situations. We just
Give it
gotta keep our heads straight. Ask the Lord to guide us in the right direction,
And
not the
I'm
wrong
just
one.
glad I'm in a position to be able to help people in those type of situations and scenarios. And like I said, the type of job I have, I'm blessed that I'm able to be here and do the type of things that I do. Because I could have died a whole bunch of times. I'm telling you, a whole bunch of times on the operating table, in the streets. I ain't supposed to be here. And that's real. That's real. I've been out on here. I've been out on my own since I was 14, Queen. 14. I lied about my age to get a job. You know, you could change birth certificates back then.
Thank you, Em, for the super chat. Thank you, honey.
So it's not easy. But when you've been through some things, you can really testify and help some people out. And if they don't listen, woe is them.
That's why I say, save your peace and keep it moving.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
Yep. All right, ladies.
Get the link. All right, Denise, thank you so much.
All right.
Good
All
night.
right, Queen.
Good night.
I'm getting ready to
Thank you all.
let somebody else have the panel.
Okay, hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the children in Texas. 3 children found in an apartment abandoned by the mother and boyfriend, and one child was dead. A 9-year-old boy had been inside this apartment for about a year, dead, out in the open, dead, not concealed, not hidden. Atrocious behavior. I bring you commentary pertaining to that at the beginning of this live. How I feel about that situation, I'm gonna give it to you. It is atrocious that this woman and her boyfriend were released by the sheriff's department. Why, I do not know. They said they're currently investigating. The state has been in their business. No open case at the time, but a 15-year-old called law enforcement to let him know he and his other 2 siblings were left abandoned in an apartment alongside another dead 9-year-old child. And now I bring you the story of Brian Laundrie's father wants to be left alone, he and the mother, to grieve their child. And the autopsies come back inconclusive. And that's that. As far as manner of death. How, manner of death, yeah. That's sad information. Yes, you can always go somewhere else and get another autopsy done. Yes, you can. Thank you, Rags. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the children found abandoned in Houston, Texas, alongside another dead child. And the Laundries wanting to grieve, and no funeral service for Brian Laundrie, and they want to be left alone, and the autopsies come back inconclusive. That is what the topics are tonight. Hi, John. How you doing, baby? So good to see you. Hear you, rather. Made my night. I'm kind of feeling like Miss Sophia there for a minute. What she told me that day you come in that store, I was feeling mighty low. What they don't know about the queen is, honey, I'm a survivor. Ain't nothing the queen ain't overcame. And I know what the devil stole, he got to give it back 7 times. So when they come around with all that craziness and trying to steal your joy, you picked the wrong queen. I ain't interested. The world is filled with people who don't mind being in your company and will treat you with respect. And like I've told my fans, I got to be about it if I'm going to preach about it. Amen. Well, hello, stranger.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. Where you been?
Working, baby girl.
I ain't studying you.
Man, working. What's up with it? How you feeling?
It's not been a good day today.
No, I hear everything that's going on. I'm like, man, it's these kids getting left at home by themselves and one
A
being
dead
found
boy.
dead
A dead boy was in an apartment for 1 year with the brothers.
for a whole year.
Not even covered up.
Whoa.
Nothing.
Wow. I mean, well, couldn't the night,
And the
couldn't
mom and
the
boyfriend got
oldest?
let go. The mom and boyfriend got let go.
How they let them
Still
go? I
investigating.
mean,
Ex-Houston, Texas. Y'all, they dirty in Texas.
that's crazy. They in the apartment with a dead body for a year, and the neighbors didn't smell that foul
Now, nurse,
odor.
yes, the girl complained. You know she complained.
Man,
They just had an inspection, so it's probably how they got caught. The boy probably felt they was coming to inspect and said something. You know, they're gonna smell it, but my thing is, was the body in there the last inspection? Come on with it.
wow, what the hell is going on in this world?
That mama need her ass beat.
In
Drag
a
her.
real way. In a
Drag.
real way.
Drag her raw.
Ooh wee. Whoa.
Your children
That's in
not eating.
Houston.
Your children not eating. Do you have water, soap, detergent? When the last time they been to school? You ask all the questions.
Man.
How did the other one
That's,
die? I didn't even ask that when I did the intro to the
ooh.
video. How did the 9-year-old die?
Yeah, for real. Or what? I mean, were they abused or
Who
what?
came asking about the 9-year-old? Where your baby at? Where your baby at?
Yeah. Oh man. I didn't hear about that till I saw it. I was like, whoa, I seen what y'all was talking about. I was like, heck, I heard them on the news. I was like, man, this
So you
is
saw it on the
crazy.
news. You saw it on the news out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a quick little flash on the Oklahoma City news, talking about what was coming up and they was gonna be talking about it. I was like, man, what whoa. And then I got on, started looking on my phone and I seen you was
The
on there
children are in the
live.
state's care. The 3 surviving children are in the state's care.
Oh yeah, of course. They better be, they have to be. And you said that the mama and the daddy are back on the street. They released them. Imagine that. How? I mean, how? I guess, ain't nobody being, I don't know, ain't no charges being filed or nothing though.
Well, they got to
Yeah.
still investigate probably the death of that 9-year-old and then bring the charges for the neglect of the other 3.
Man.
But you should have held her for child neglect and possible murder until you find out what's wrong with that 9-year-old that's been laying up in there dissolving.
Over a year.
A year. And imagine the smell. And the apartment manager didn't gonna do nothing about it. The girl complained they ain't do nothing. You could have went to the door and said, "I'm fouling here. I'm coming in with my key. I'm the manager. Hello,
That's my question. That's my
hello.
question.
We're making
What
a
about,
welfare call, a
what
maintenance
about the
call."
smell? That's my question. What about the smell? How did they possibly let that get, slip past for over a year? They ain't even that much what's that stuff they put down to cover the smell up? The lye or whatever it is. Yeah. And they ain't that much lye to cover that up, not for a whole year. Man, we.
So how did he die? That's what I didn't even ask that. I don't know why that slipped my mind. I was so angry when I started talking about, how I get when I get crunk. I didn't even ask that. How did he die?
Man. And what, he was a 9-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But this is what's crazy. A 15-year-old is the one that made the phone call.
Ah,
So I don't know if he has mental disabilities or what. But they said all the children were malnourished.
the 15-year-old knew wrong was being done.
Yeah. But my point is that most children are swift enough to go get help outside the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know a child gonna beg if they hungry for some food.
For real. Yeah. Wow. I'm like, okay, man, what is this world coming to?
The folk walking by you, hey, how you doing? And trifling, that's what's going on. Man. So what do you have to say about this Mr. Laundrie? Some people don't think it's him down there in that swamp. I ain't touching it. I told people I'm going whatever the findings are. You know, I don't do all the conspiracy stuff.
Yeah, they say it's inconclusive. They can't determine. I thought they got dental records or something. Didn't they get something?
Manner of death, how he died is what's inconclusive.
Oh,
manner of death, of how he died.
The wildlife.
It's probably when a lot left. You got to remember he was in the water, so you had animals in there until the water receded. They got to eat.
Yeah. And that's depending on how much of his torso, how much was left. What part of him did they find?
The dental records is what I was told in the articles I had.
I didn't hear you, broke up.
Dental records is what they found. Dental. They compared it to dental.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That mean he was eating up about gators or something, crocodiles.
They down there making jokes. Wally Gator, Gator Raider. Oh, y'all stop it.
Yeah, for real. Alligators, crocodile, the whole shebang. A bearilla, the whole shit.
Yeah.
Cross between a bear and a gorilla. Like some of these chicks I be seeing around here. That was me. My wife told me to stop talking like that.
Yes, behave.
But I mean, they be, oh my God, I be wigging off the way some of these chicks out here be looking.
Well,
and I mean,
Miss Reese was up here already spinning a story about how somebody looked out there in KC. She was talking about some woman she saw pushed with two girls going across the street with halter tops on, and they looked bad. The tops was dirty.
Oh man, it's horrible.
You don't care. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about your kids.
For real, they ain't gonna care about their kids. They ain't giving a damn about themselves. Half of them, you know, they ain't want nothing but to, you know, go sit down and go get high somewhere anyway. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all they want.
Right, bones. That's one thing I read. It said bones were found. Bones were found.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So whatever animals got to him, they ate him all the way down to the skeleton. Man.
The father wants to be left alone to grieve. He's been putting up signs for no trespassing, which I find interesting. You just not deciding to put them
mountain lions or whatever.
Hey, Kim, how you doing? You just not deciding to put up some signs. You want nobody to trespass. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're not having a funeral. That's another update.
Man. So it's crazy. But I want to know what they need to charge them kids' mama. Charge her ass.
She should have never been able to be let go.
Yeah.
She's the mother of the caretaker. You should have left her in jail.
Yeah. Ain't no way she's supposed to be on the street. Now she's gonna run. Yeah. Now she's gonna run. Now she's gonna run. Guaranteed.
Somewhere at somebody's trap house laying up.
Now she gonna run. Mm-hmm. Yep, she might be just like you said in them exact words. She might be. Ain't at this point ain't no telling.
She ain't gotta run. She already left her kids. What she run? She probably didn't run when she left her children. She walked right out the door and kept on going with her man.
And kept right on pushing.
So what I want to know is, where are the people that knew about the children? Where's the family, the friends, the department management? Where is these people not noticing these children not being seen? Somebody saying they thought the apartment was abandoned. So what were the children just sitting in there not talking, not doing nothing, just looking at each other?
Yeah, that's what they.
It's crazy.
That's what's going on. But hey, you know.
What's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
Chilling.
How the road? Is it
No,
where you come from?
I'm coming from Virginia. Hey, man, don't you got to be 21 to come in these places?
Yeah.
Okay, this girl want to come in with me. I tell her, you're not 21. You can't come in.
No, she can't come in.
Oh, basketball season gone, man. We got all three of them going at once.
Yeah.
Finally, we got shit back on track, huh?
Man.
That Corona threw shit all off board, didn't
And
it,
it's
man?
still throwing off in California.
Really? It's still springing up down there. Hey, what does special do that? What kind of special you got?
Today it ain't really no.
He had to get off there. You see, they in there talking street folk talk. They don't know. He's on Everyday Shenanigans, giving his opinion. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you all so much for joining me. The race was not revealed. Don't call them projects, baby. Don't do that. That was decent looking apartments. Well, he was talking, you know, and the person, you know how people talk. They don't know who you're on the phone with, so he don't know they're on a platform talking on the telephone. Denise, what you said? They will come out to release the balloons. Denise, what you talking about? Oh, hey, Mooka, how you doing? Mooka said the neighbor was feeding him. Okay, I didn't hear that. I only pulled up 2 articles on the story. Well, you know, COVID was last year, so perhaps that's one reason why the 9-year-old slipped through the cracks. But what I'm saying is, where are the family members to these children? Why isn't somebody checking on these children? Why wasn't somebody checking on the 9-year-old that's been dead in there for a whole year? Where were the family members to say, hey, where's your son? We ain't seen him. Hey, why your children looking like this? And I get it. Some people have children and they just don't have decent extended family for whatever reason, but this is crazy. So now we have to ask ourselves, were the children not going to school out there in Houston? Why are they in this place abandoned with nothing? Probably had nothing. Because if you're not eating, that means you don't got nothing else. Sad. An apartment manager needs her tail beat, his tail beat, whomever it is, because a woman has been complaining about the smell. She said it started 4 or 5 months after she moved there. She's been living there 18 months, if I'm not mistaken. So this has been a concurrent problem. Smell of death 1 year in. And 9 times out of 10, other people smell the death smell as well. Come on, keep it woke. So you mean to tell me more than one person didn't complain about the smell of death? You didn't decide to go up to that apartment to check it out yourself, put your key in the door, because you do have the rights to go in there and check it out. And you should have had law enforcement with you. I don't know. I didn't mention about no bio fathers, honey. Just that there was a boyfriend. That was it. The boyfriend and the mother were released. Case is still open. Being investigated. Children are in the state's care. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the children found in Texas and 1 dead, 4 children total. 3 are in the state's custody. Open investigation. Mother and boyfriend been let go by the sheriff's department. The second story is pertaining to Brian Laundrie. The parents want to grieve in private. There will be no funeral service for Brian Laundrie. They're still investigating. The death has come back inconclusive. How he died, that's the sad information coming out of Florida. I think the mom told him she wasn't a custodial parent. Oh, I have to do more research, sweetheart, to find out. Okay, somebody said Section 8 housing. She was letting them use the electric to charge the phones. I don't know. Well, the point is, most utility districts will call the landlord when you do not have lights on. They will call your landlord to say, hey, apartment G don't have lights on. So it's up to you to go to apartment G to figure out why there's no lights on in that apartment. That's when you would have found out about the dead body. The smell should have been first and foremost, even if the lights were still on. Hit the link if you want to give me your commentary pertaining to Brian Laundrie, the parents, the father putting up signs, wants to trespass the staff's lawn, no autopsy, no funeral. Well, it had an autopsy, excuse me, no funeral. Inconclusive results pertaining to the autopsy, and this horrible, horrific, atrocious story coming out of Houston, Texas. 4 children found inside of an apartment. 3 are alive. 1 was dead. The one that was dead had been deteriorating for 1 year. A 15-year-old child called law officials to let them know what was going on in the said apartment. Hit the link. Well, it looked like everybody has relaxed rules. The cops say they were trying to locate the next of kin to the children. Well, too late for that. They're in the state's care now. And the state also has been involved with this woman and her children before. But they did not have an open investigation at the time of the discovery of the children and the dead child. I do not have all the logistics on who's doing what and paying for what. I just brought the said information pertaining to the children. The 15-year-old is the one that made the initial phone call. The mother and the boyfriend were let go. One child, 9, had been laying dead in there, uncovered. So the children watched their brother deteriorate into bones inside the apartment. What happened to that said child, I do not know. As I said to John, I forgot to mention that earlier in the live. What happened to the dead child? Was he murdered? Was he sick? What happened to him? Why didn't they call the ambulance to come get him out of there? This is a story of neglect all the way around the board. Friends, associates, apartment management, DHS, everybody. Because somebody knew something about this family and how they were living. And somebody kept their mouth closed. Until the 15-year-old decided to call the law and say, hey, I want out the situation, me and my brothers and sisters. Oh, anytime. Well, it will send chills up your spine to know that somebody would abandon 3 children alongside a 4th one that's dead. And the dead one has been in there for a year, decomposing. Now, you put that on paper. You also worried about paper and journals coming out of Florida. Put that on paper. 3 alive, 1 dead, and the one's been dead for a whole year inside of an apartment with 3 living children. 3 living malnourished children. And mama, flew the coop on her children. So did she kill the boy, the 9-year-old? Hit the link. Thank you. You want to get your opinion of both stories? Please hit the link. Thank you, Rex. The world is sick. People are sick. You don't know people. You can't trust people. This was their mother, allegedly. I don't know if she's a caretaker mother. Who is she? But nonetheless, it's all the same. Trusted to do right. Supposed to do right by the children. The article I brought doesn't have any of the information about cell phones, power, none of that. Who was feeding them? None of that's in the commentary that I brought. Excuse me. Well, since it's a slow run, I'm going to check out of here. So I got some things I need to take care of. But nonetheless, 4 children were found inside of a Houston apartment. 3 were alive, 1 was deceased. The deceased child had been in there for a whole year decomposing. The 15-year-old child called the authorities, and this is how this ball got crunk. The state has been in the life of these children and the mother. There was not an open investigation. The mother and the boyfriend were let go. They were found. This is an open investigation. The children are now in the state's care. As far as Brian Laundrie, the autopsy has come back inconclusive. The father wants to be left alone, he and the mother, to grieve their child. There will not be any funeral services for Brian Laundrie. I believe I brought you all the said commentary. And we do believe that they knew what happened to Gabby Petito, because Mr. Bertolino was basically told that they knew he was grieving when he left the house. So my thing is, he was grieving for what exactly? You knew he did something to the girl when you saw he came back without her. Her family were calling you, and then law enforcement reached out to you. That's why you hired Mr. Bertolino. It's cut dry. I don't need a paper, journal, book. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. He killed Gabby Petito. He strangled her to death. It doesn't matter who was on first, who was on second. She's dead. She's gone. He went in the woods. He killed himself. Did he kill himself day 1, day 5, week 5? I don't know. It is what it is. I'm going to work on having a better day, baby. I'm getting ready to clear house as soon as I get off this live. But I thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. If you want to donate to the channel, $BeganG129 Cash App. I will bring you more commentary pertaining to the children and the update on the parents, if the state will file charges against the mother, boyfriend, or any other cohorts, and the gist of why this landlord was trifling and didn't go in to inspect the apartment to see there was a dead body in there, and that the parents had left and abandoned the children and whatever else they could have discovered in the apartment, such as power, water, such and such. Sickening. But see, we live in a world where people don't like to say anything. You even have apartment complexes where even the management, they act like they're scared of the people. They're afraid to say something about the people. My thing is, it's a business. And you're supposed to run it as a business. Professional. When you see something's not right, you put the people in their place and you tell them, hey, this is not going to go on here. You can't stay here doing this, 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 and this. That's how you do that. Prayers for the 3 children who are now in the state's care. Ring the mama up. If the boyfriend's involved, ring him too. But this is a weird story, because now we have to ask ourselves, where are the family members? Where does the school fit into this? What were the issues with DHS before? What were the allegations before for them to be in her life? How long was she gone from the apartment? Is she a drug user? What else was she doing to abandon her kids? How long was she gone? How long she left the kids there? And why did the kids wait so long to tell the truth of what was going on with them and their mother? That's the information coming out of Houston, Texas. And as I state, the mess down in Florida, how long that's going to go on, I don't know. But as I've told people, leave them folks alone down there. Let it go. We've got everything we need to know now. Miss Petito is deceased. Mr. Laundrie is deceased. It's time to put an end to the shenanigans and the buffoonery. Leave the Laundries alone, okay? They're getting back what they put out into the universe, okay? Brian viciously, he coldly stole a life, Miss Petito's life. He took his own 9 times out of 10. It's a wrap. It's time to put this puppy to bed. Now, if the state wants to bring forth charges against the Laundries for after the fact and or aiding the son after leaving Wyoming, then we'll wait and see what happens. The family may want to sue for civil charges against them as well. We will see what happens. I'll bring you the said information. But as far as stalking these people, bothering them, it's over with. There's no justice for Gabby Petito as far as Brian Laundrie, because mainly he is the culprit. That's what I believe. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. God bless all of you. Thank you for the kind compliments. I will talk to you all a little bit later when I get more information on this story out of Texas and whatever else comes about pertaining to the Laundries. Prayers for Gabby Petito's family because they need our prayers. Prayers for Summer Wells, prayers for Cal City, prayers for all these children, prayers for the 3 children who were found malnourished in this Houston apartment, and blessings for the child who's deceased. I do not know how that child came to be dead, but it was going to be even more horrific if we find out that child was murdered. And it would really be bad if we find out that the children witnessed a murder in that said apartment. Have mercy. Pray for me. Queen needs your prayers right now. Her mind's not on cue right now, but I'm going to work it out. And I thank you all for following the content. God bless all of you. Thank you for your support. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you.